This video is probably going to be your most favorite because it's about rates. Everybody's favorite. But I wanted to go over what I saw happen in January and what's been happening the last couple weeks. So in January, we all saw a increase in interest rates. It was like waking up in a bad dream every single day because interest rates were just going up and up and up. And they have been. Now this past couple weeks, about a week or two, they have kind of stabilized. And we have not seen a dramatic increase like we did in January, but they still are there. So it is a conversation to be had because this definitely impacts what you are pre-approved for. It impacts your buying power. It impacts what loan amount or sales price that you guys need to be looking for. It impacts your monthly payment. So this is an important topic to talk about too, because also whenever you start getting estimates, it's a surprise factor for consumers right now to see, oh, well, this interest rate is super high. And it's like, yeah, they have gone up. So we just kind of need to start that education process now so that way you guys are not surprised. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about today. When you are comparing loan estimates, you definitely want to make sure that it is the most current to date. Because if you're talking about, hey, Ashley, like I saw your estimate, your interest rate's just a little bit high. Well, let's see that estimate that you're comparing it to, and it's dated back in December or January 1st. It's definitely going to be higher because my information's more current than theirs, So you definitely need to make sure if you are comparing estimates that you're getting two estimates that are the same time frame, right? That are most current, but also that lenders are making sure that they are showing you the interest rate. If it's at par interest rate, not charging you anything, or if it's showing discount points or whatever. But that's kind of what I touched bases on my last video, is that you need to make sure that these estimates that you're getting from are not just in an email thread or just like a monthly payment with a rate attached to it, but that they have an itemized breakdown of everybody's costs and everything, so that way you can see the full big picture. Not just your monthly payment with that rate attached to it, but also how much is it costing me to get there. So yeah, just make sure that if you are comparing estimates, that you are comparing the two side by side, making sure that they are the most current, up-to-date interest rates. But also in the same kind of thing, I would not be rate driven right now if you are if you are just pre-approved. Up until the point until you find a home and you are under contract is whenever you actually need to get on the ball and get those loan estimates and compare the two. If you are just pre-approved right now and if you are shopping, the thing to be on the lookout for is lender fees, okay? Lenders do have to disclose our fees, but also on those estimates, it should have everybody else's fees too. So if you're not too sure which ones are lender fees, you definitely need to get in contact with your loan officer to discuss, hey, which ones are actually y'all's fees? So that way you have an understanding. And the reason why I say that is because interest rates change every single day, multiple times a day. So if you were comparing interest rates, whenever you're just pre-approved, you're gonna drive yourself nuts because everything is constantly changing all the time. So when you're under contract, then is the time to reach out to those loan officers and say, hey, we need to talk about rates. I want to lock in. What are my options? And if you're not too sure how to shop or what to look for, again, I'll be more than happy to sit down with you, look at them side by side, highlight everything, show you what the difference is. But that's really a good way to shop rates. So when you're under contract, you're getting those estimates the same day from both lenders, and you have a printout of the official loan estimate, and you're going line by line of every single charge to make sure that how much they're charging you for that interest rate, if they are at all. Now, the last thing I wanted to touch bases on is if you were approved or pre-approved back then, let's just say like a month or two ago, even back further than that, knowing that interest rates have changed now, definitely I would get back in contact with your loan officer to reevaluate your situation, because rates going up means that your monthly payment for your new home goes up, which means that your debt to income ratio goes up, which could impact how much that you want to even, get a loan amount for, because maybe you're not comfortable at that monthly payment no longer, so you need to reevaluate your situation. But even bigger, it could impact your approval when qualifying for a home. So if your debt to income ratio was just a little bit tight when qualifying, that interest rate going up is going to drive that monthly payment going up, which is going to drive that debt to income ratio going up. And you want to make sure that that does not disqualify you for a loan any longer. So just some things to keep into consideration, knowing that rates are going up. So just reevaluate, see where the market is now, see what your new monthly payment might look like, and just do not be surprised if you see estimates that are higher than what you're probably used to, just because that is the market right now. So just keep that in consideration whenever you're out there looking for houses and getting pre-approved.